Thank you, Sarah. Okay, someone else asked earlier, I think it was you, I can't remember your name, I've met you before. You asked about fuck-ups and what they mean, and Sarah spoke about the fact that people were struggling coming up with their fuck-ups. I was definitely one of them. I was like, yeah, I'll do this. This will be super simple. I love getting in front of a microphone. It's a time I can feel like a rock star. I love that. I don't mind that at all. I was like, I fucked up all the time. Of course I have. And then when I started thinking about it, I was like, actually, what have I done? When have I fucked up? And it was just when I went to the bathroom. I didn't fuck up there. I was all right. I got to the bathroom. I was safe. I think I'm on the brink of fuck up all the time. Every single day. And I think the reason I was struggling was I haven't had to live with any of the consequences of my fuck-ups. Luck of the Irish, Finnie's an Irish name, maybe that's what it is. But I've always survived, I've always been able to get over it. It's never been massive consequences. And some of the consequences I'm going to kind of allude to are ones that could have happened, very nearly happened. And it would put a very, very, very different spin on the things I'm going to say. I don't think I could share many of them actually, because of how close I kind of fly to fucking up every single day. And today, I very nearly, any like people here working at the generator, Andy, were you at the generator today? You would have survived. Many people would have been burnt to a crisp, but you weren't there. So that was you were there, you nearly burned, you nearly died. Okay? So that could have been a huge fuck up for me. Like quite I don't want you to die. I like you. Why would I want you to die? Not at all. The thing about me is I love people. Love them. My family, obviously they're top of the list. My friends and anyone new, I like Sue, I haven't seen you in years. You're freaking awesome. Laughter yoga, if you've ever done it, do it again. Maybe. That's not my fuck up, so don't worry. But I love people. And I think I've been fortunate enough where all of my businesses that I've created have always been around people, because that's what I'm passionate about. And I think you should always go into business at the things that you find passion in. And I'm really lucky. I've had some pretty diverse businesses. Here I am talking about wine, vineyards. I know nothing about wine or vineyards, but I'm sure we're all aware of the dummies for doing whatever. I read this book and then set up a wine tour business. That wasn't my fuck up, but I loved it. Here I am, my best Jamie Oliver impression. I am from Essex. It was pucker. This is my gorgeous wife. Unfortunately, she's ill today. And this is the generator, and this is Corkscrew. So all of my businesses have always been around people, because that makes me happy. And if I'm happy, I can be productive and I can be successful. But my fuck up I want to talk about, or my very close, very big fuck up, Corkscrew. Corkscrew to me is my ikigai. It's my passion. It's the thing that I love more than anything else. Because I get to deal with freaking amazing people. Not just the people I work with, such as Bryony, marketing manager. But also lots of young people. People from diverse backgrounds. Who wouldn't be happy being in this gaggle of girls? People. My wife is like, you deal with a lot of Swedish girls. I was like, it just comes with the job, babes. It's not my fault. And they're amazing because they're all at university. They've got such high hopes. They're so dynamic. They're so energetic. They've got so many creative ideas. It is freaking amazing. These are our future. These are the people that are going to solve all of our environmental problems, like air guitars that are plastic. Liz will not be happy. And they're amazing, aren't they? They're great. So from 9 to 5 is when we deal with them. They are unbelievable. But they also bring interesting scenarios when they are not with us. And if any of you have heard any of my stories about Corkscrew and the students I deal with, I could write book after book after book. Jenny's nodding her head. The amount of times I come in and tell stories of the freaking nightmares that they become. Bed hopping, arrests, the amount of alcohol poisoning that we have on our programs is phenomenal. And these make great stories. I love them because they're all a bit of banter. I can go into the generator and I can be the center of attention talking about my great experiences. And this is great because it gives me things to talk about. And I know this, I don't mind this because I am that person, not literally her, but I am the worst person in the world in terms of causing havoc. I've been chased around taxis with machetes. I've nearly broken legs jumping into pools that are too low. I am my own worst nightmare. And I could have had a lot of personal fuck-ups that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about because it's more business related. But I have empathy for this because it's just young people having fun and pushing the boundaries. That's great. And my business is very much kind of that 9 to 5. It's about dealing with the students during the day. Yes, we have to make sure they have host families, they have accommodation, and we have to put things into place to make sure that we're dealing with things in the right way. And most of the time that's okay, because it's all a bit of fun. Until you have this. One of the most dangerous things in the whole world. More dangerous than a snake. Well, kind of even. Ice cream gave me my biggest reality check and could have been a pretty massive fuck up on my behalf. So we run a lot of these programs with these students. And the students range from all kind of ages. We go from 14-year-olds all the way to like kind of 80-year-olds. We deal with all different kinds of people. And as I said, I love dealing with them. But I love dealing with the 9 to 5. I don't like dealing with all the logistical stuff because I love people. And I don't want to deal with stomach pumps. And I don't want to deal with hospital visits. So we try our hardest to make sure that we're covering all the eventualities that may happen with a student, with a young person. I'll come to the black mamba steak in a little bit. Not a funny story, it's quite a sad, or a very sad story. But we'll start with the ice cream. So we deal with students from all over, and we sent a group of 14-year-olds away to Barcelona to our program out there. And we have an office out there. And we have very stringent requirements of what we require from the students. Because we're looking after them. It's our responsibility. Just like the generator is our responsibility when people are working there. We were looking after you. I guarantee it. We are safe. You're still here. And we ask for certain things for the students. We ask for their dietary requirements. We ask for medical requirements, any issues that they may have, because when they are away from home, to some extent, well, pretty much all the extent, they're our responsibility. And our systems are put in place because we're trying to think about all the eventualities. We're trying to think about what will happen. So we had a group of 14-year-olds go to Barcelona, and they all filled in their dietary requirements. Someone put that they had a dairy allergy. My man in Barcelona, Andreu, great man, business partner in Barcelona. Awesome at English, phenomenal. He's brilliant at English, fluent. Apart from he read it as lactose intolerant. And he told the hotel that this girl was staying at, she's lactose intolerant. And on the continent, I don't know if any of you have any allergies. I don't think they have allergies in Europe, the rest of Europe. This may be why we want Brexit, because they don't understand. So the hotel were told that she was lactose intolerant. So for a week, they're trying to give this 14-year-old yogurt that was lactose free. But who wants to eat yogurt? It's not very exciting. So she didn't eat it for the whole time that she was there. And the hotel felt so bad that she hadn't been eating the yogurt. They're like, we're going to give you a special treat. We know your allergies, so we are going to bring in some ice cream for you. So they said to her, do not worry. We know about your allergy. We have got this ice cream for you. Enjoy this ice cream. She ate the ice cream, went into anaphylactic shock. Am I pronouncing that right? Probably not. It's also a mistake to drink very strong beer after not drinking for a month. The first EpiPen didn't work. The second EpiPen just about worked. We were able to get her to hospital in time and ultimately save her life. The next day, Andreu told me, he goes, first thing on the phone, don't worry, Neil, everything is okay. I was like, what happened? He goes, well, it's a dairy allergy. I picked up lactose. I had to phone the school and explain to the school the problem. I said it was a really bad situation, it could have been much worse. Yeah, she could be dead. And this kind of brought back a memory to a program I did work with a company in South America where someone was bitten by a snake and actually died. Through no fault of the organization, but the founder was a good friend of mine, and talking about how he dealt with the situation, picking up the phone and telling a mother or a father that their child's dead on your watch is hideous. I would not want to do it. I came very close to that. Very, very, very close. And this is why I'm talking about consequence. You know, I don't have that consequence. I can look back on the experience with the ice cream, and it didn't happen. It could quite easily have happened. And I had to take a path. I had to decide which way do I want to go. And for me, I love people too much. I do not want to be picking up phones and telling anyone any kind of misfortune about their son, their daughter, or a co-worker. I don't want to do that. That's not what I have an interest in. For me, it's about good vibes only. I love dealing with people, but I cannot make that phone call. And it led to me changing our business model at Corkscrew. Maybe at the generator as well, I don't know. And it led us to kind of start developing more online content. I can still interact with people, but I can push the responsibility of dealing with these difficult situations on someone else. We could have created more stringent processes, and we have to some extent. But our plan was always to scale the amount of students that we dealt with. I can't do that because the law of averages will be that someone will have an accident at some point. Someone will eat that ice cream and it will not work. I can't deal with that. That's not me. That would be me having a very different conversation with you guys. So I think from my side, it's fuck-ups are always there, and you can't ever predict the future. But it's you learn as you go, and you change things and you adapt things and make sure that you're happy with them. Some people are quite happy dealing with this as long as they've got everything in place. I can't deal with that. I would become a very, very different person. So from my side, it was just about me changing how I work to make sure I can still have these nice conversations. And we have put more stringent processes into place with the generator. You were fine, you were right, okay. But that's kind of my story. So I live very close to fucking up every single day. I've just been super fortunate that I haven't had any major consequences to deal with, and I hope that my luck kind of holds out. Okay, cheers guys.
Thanks, Finnie. Yeah. Right.